A Scottsbluff man receives the maximum prison sentence under state statute on a child abuse conviction. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, a 52-year-old Scottsbluff man has been sentenced to 3 years in prison and will be a lifetime registered sex offender following his sentencing last week in district court. Lonnie J. learned his fate on Friday after he pleaded no contest to a charge of knowing and intentional child abuse back in January. The victim told forensic interviewers that J. had assaulted her with his hands over and under her clothing multiple times while living at a Scottsbluff apartment with her mother. The 3-year prison sentence was the maximum under Nebraska state statute, and J. did receive credit for 312 days already served. Well, a 19-year-old Scottsbluff man who had been charged with first-degree sexual assault on an incompetent after telling police he had sex with a 15-year-old girl has pleaded guilty to an amended charge. Investigators say back in May, the girl was drunk at a party and woke up to Brandon Bowles, who was 18 at the time, having sex with her. When officers went to Bowles' house, he admitted to having the sexual encounter with the girl, but told them it was consensual. Last week in district court, he pleaded guilty to a Class 1 misdemeanor charge of third-degree sexual assault without consent and will be sentenced on May 19th. And a Minutair man is being held on an initial $150,000 bond following the execution of a search warrant on his home last Friday. 44-year-old Corey Poorbear is facing 2 counts of possession of a deadly weapon by a prohibited person and 2 counts of possession of a controlled substance. Court documents say authorities found a sword, knife, suspected meth, and pills during Friday's search. He was arraigned on the 4 felony charges yesterday afternoon in Scottsbluff County Court. We'll have more news right after this.
Swipe right, swipe left, endlessly searching. Finding the perfect match isn't always perfect, but it can be when it comes to finances. Nora found the perfect business loan. Jenny opened her first savings account. Grammy loves her checking account. We found a match for Wilson Farms. The Sandersons were matched with a mortgage. Regardless of your financial situation, Platte Valley Bank will match you with the perfect solution. Find your match at Platte Valley Bank.
Life is crazy. Pain is stressful. How can anybody concentrate with these busy schedules? Now you can. This is Ben Moravec coming to you from Hydrozen, a float therapy business right here in Scottsbluff. I'm here today to let you know we now have memberships for $49 monthly. You can guarantee yourself at least 1 float per month. You know how floating keeps your muscles relaxed, your joints relieved, and your brain clear to think? Now you can float at a reduced rate each month. Inquire today at hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT. Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge.
Welcome back. It is Severe Weather Awareness Week here in Nebraska, and state leaders are encouraging residents to be prepared in the case of an actual emergency. They will be being proactive on their end with a statewide tornado siren testing drill scheduled for 9 a.m. tomorrow. The goal of the test is to ensure that all sirens are in good, proper working order and will be able to make the necessary repairs to any sirens that are malfunctioning. Residents are encouraged to have their own emergency survival kit in their home and know where to go in the event of severe weather. And troopers with the Nebraska State Patrol have arrested a man and located a missing juvenile from Utah following a traffic stop on I-80 in Dual County. Around 3 p.m. Sunday, a trooper observed an eastbound Honda Accord drive on the shoulder of I-80 near Chapel, and during the traffic stop, the trooper discovered that one of the passengers, a 16-year-old female, had been reported missing from Bountiful, Utah. The driver, identified as 29-year-old Vixen Lendis of Bountiful, Utah, was arrested for child abuse, no injury, and lodged in the Cheyenne County Jail. The juvenile was placed in protective custody.
Better sleep and better health can be found at Western Sleep Medicine in Gering. Since 2006, Western Sleep Medicine has offered the lowest cost sleep testing either in their independent sleep laboratory or the privacy of your own home. You have control over your health care and your out-of-pocket cost. All insurance is accepted for a much lower cost than the regional option. If you need a sleep study, ask for Western Sleep Medicine. They've helped thousands of people over the years and want to help you. Western Sleep Medicine. Better sleep, better health.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Not a bad looking evening out there as temperatures fall down into the 20s overnight instead of those single digits and teens that we had out there this morning, and skies are going to turn cloudy towards sunrise. It will be cooler tomorrow, mild again Thursday, then some rain and snow showers develop Thursday night and Friday. We'll be looking at much colder temperatures, then milder and windy for the weekend. Next week, we have another cool down coming with another system by the middle of next week. Yesterday, just 36 cold degrees. We were down to 15 before midnight, snuck down to 10 degrees early this morning. 0.02 of an inch of moisture puts us a little closer. We're at 36 hundredths for the month, a little over about a half an inch short of where we should be, and about a half an inch over for the season. Or for the year. For the season and snowfall, we're still doing quite well at 52.8 inches. Another colder than normal day yesterday. We're going to be cooler than normal again today and tomorrow. And again, Thursday, we might sneak out one more above normal day and another day of a couple of showers of snow. And as far as our precip chances, Thursday night and Friday seems to be where we're centered on seeing the best chance of some moisture, and then maybe early next week another system approaches the region. As far as winds go, they're going to be just kind of gross all weekend long. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the strongest winds. And then again, Tuesday of next week, we'll start to see some windy conditions. But even when it's not windy, it's still going to be breezy out there. Temperatures are in the teens off to the north of us. You can see that cold air dome there. Still in the 30s in South Dakota. Otherwise, 40s across Nebraska. A couple of low 50s snuck in there. Mostly 30s and 40s across eastern Wyoming. 40 in Pine Bluffs, Kimball, Sidney. 49 in Scotts Bluff and Torrington, some of the warmer readings. Winds are out of the south. For the most part, 10 to 20, gusts 25 in some locations. So that's enough to drop wind chills down into the 30s and 40s. Futurecast is quiet tonight. Just a few clouds overhead, especially towards sunrise. We're going to see an increase in clouds tomorrow, briefly in the morning. Then things are going to clear out a little bit in the afternoon. We'll see still mostly cloudy skies throughout the day. A few breaks late in the day tomorrow. And then as we go into tomorrow night and into early Thursday morning, quiet weather and warmer weather comes in here as we'll quickly warm up Thursday, I think, into the 60s. Overnight lows tonight, teens and 20s, which again is better than those single digits and teens that we had this morning. Highs tomorrow, cooler back into the 30s and 40s. As far as snowfall goes, we're not looking at much here through the next day and a half, maybe starting late Thursday night into Friday. Otherwise, just a dusting at best. Tonight, some clouds, 22 for a low. For tomorrow, it's going to be mostly cloudy, breezy, highs into the low 40s. Our 7-day forecast, Thursday looks nice for the most of the day. It's after dark when we see some rain and snow showers develop. It'll be windy with snow showers around Friday morning. Still windy, but warmer as we go Saturday and Sunday. And then by Tuesday of next week, we're back down into the 40s.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
Well, each year, thousands of ag producers attend the annual Commodity Classic event. It's described as the nation's largest farmer-led, farmer-focused agricultural and educational experience. My colleague Susan Littlefield of the Rural Radio Network was on hand at this year's event to get some insights into the issues that are facing Nebraska producers.
Another successful Commodity Classic is in the books, with over 10,200 farmers attending to find out the latest and greatest in technology. But beyond that was the opportunity for many of the different commodity organizations to sit down and talk about the issues that were important to agriculture. In part, Corn Congress, as the NCGA brought delegates in from across the nation, including Jason Lewis, who farms near Henderson, Nebraska, and is a member of the Nebraska Corn Board and a delegate for Corn Congress. He talked about some of the issues and discussions on the Farm Bill.
It's a Farm Bill year, so lots and lots of talk about the Farm Bill and if it'll happen and what's it going to take to happen and how much money is it going to be. And so from our perspective, what we'd really like to see is we'd like to see it get done as a bipartisan approach. If not this year, hopefully before Congress gets out, maybe not this calendar year, but here soon. When we've talked to our membership, the things that we've seen that we really want to stress was keeping crop insurance in there and keeping that protection. We'd also like to see protection for foreign trade, so market access programs, more emphasis on foreign trade. And then the last thing is that our members have told us that they've really appreciated the annual election between Ark County and PLC. So we'd like to see that continue as well.
Michael Dearborn is vice president of the Nebraska Corn Growers Association. He said during hallway talk in part of Corn Congress, a lot of discussion about what was going on with corn and Mexico.
Any end users that visit us during some of their trade missions, reverse trade missions back to Nebraska, they constantly say how much they prefer not only Nebraska corn but U.S. corn for their feeding operations, their food processing operations. And while the administration's taking a step in the right direction with starting the it's called a technical consultation process between the U.S. and Mexico on this. It said that could take up to 45 days, and it doesn't guarantee a reconciliation out of it. So we're going to keep beating the drum on it and make sure that when it comes to completion, that if it comes to the point where USTR needs to make a solution process based on the USMCA agreement that both countries signed, we're going to make sure that that gets done.
Now next year, Commodity Classic will head to Houston, Texas, February 29th through March 2nd. And we'll have a bit of Nebraska flair, as one of the convention co-chairs is Brandon Honeycutt from the Nebraska Corn Board. In Orlando, I'm Susan Littlefield.
Fogs, FOGs, fats, oil, and greases can build up in the sewer pipes and lead to damaging clogs and sewer backups in your home or business. Here are some proper disposal techniques. Don't pour fogs down sinks or drains. Store grease in containers with tight-fitting lids, and once full, discard in the trash. Next, don't rinse grease off your cookware prior to washing. Finally, only flush toilet paper. Flushable wipes give fogs something to cling to and build up. Tri-City Stormwater wants you to remember it's our water, our responsibility.
Let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the people you know and trust.
Renewal by Andersen makes the best replacement windows and patio doors you can get, and they're among the best investments you can make in your home right now. Mortgage interest rates have doubled in just the last year. People are renovating their homes rather than moving. Renewal by Andersen windows and patio doors are a fantastic investment. Great tax incentives right now, 5-star energy rated, significantly cut your energy bills and make your home much more valuable in a buyer's market. Snap that QR code, visit rbawyoming.com right now to start the conversation.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you plan for tomorrow while you enjoy today. Our personalized trust services can help you do just that. You've worked hard to build your legacy, and you want to make sure that gets passed on for generations to come. We offer the professional guidance necessary to ensure that happens, according to your wishes. We pride ourselves in being friendly and professional while offering a highly tailored, full line of trust and estate planning services to accommodate you. You belong here.
And finally tonight, having met their goal of raising $5,000 for the first ever Sustaining Fund Match Challenge, Theater West Summer Repertory received a matching donation Monday from Platte Valley Companies in Scottsbluff. PVC President and CEO Hod Kosman said they were proud to support an organization that brings so much to the community.
It's been part of our community for many, many years and adds a flavor that not many communities our size get to have. And it not only brings in wonderful talent from around the country, but allows our local talent to be part of it as well. It's always well received, always excellent opportunities to see a variety of different plays or musicals, whatever, all around. So it's just a wonderful flavor to our community. We're happy to support it.
Tammy Lipstrew, Managing Director of Theater West Summer Repertory, said the funds will be used to produce their upcoming 2023 season and keep the quality of the productions high for the community.
We initiated this on March 4th, and we feel so fortunate that we have the support of Platte Valley Companies, but that our loyal patrons came through, and so we have a $5,000 match. So in our coffers, we'll have $10,000 now for which to work, which will be very helpful. We're very appreciative to everyone.
Theater West has announced their 2023 season opening on June 1st with the Marvelous Wonderettes, following by 2 versions, male and female, of Neil Simon's Odd Couple. Guys and Dolls in Concert will round out the regular 2023 season, while the youth production of Disney's Moana Junior will close out the Theater West season. Tickets and Flex Passes will go on sale in April. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.